Thank you, Madam Speaker. At the beginning of this Parliament, I stood in this place to call upon the government to give an answer to Canadians for why they pay so much and get so little from this Liberal government. They gave away millions of dollars to GC Strategies, where federal departments couldn't prove if there was any work done before authorizing payments. After investigating all of this, the Liberals have yet to even get a penny back from GC Strategies for stealing money from taxpayers, all while increasing their spending plans. They spent millions of dollars trying to transform office space into housing with little success. In an audit conducted by the Auditor General, there were concerns with the government seeming to determine success by commitments rather than achieved outcomes. And this government has spent more than $1 billion on their promise to our allies that we would equip our pilots with a fleet capable of performing in combat, noting the increase in costs by 50% from $19 billion to $27.7 billion doesn't include at least another $5.5 billion needed to finish equipping the fighters to be ready for operations. She also reported in her audit that after years of waiting for the contract to procure, they approved construction on military bases without critical information, which the government has led to greater delays and cost overruns. Canadian families know the cost of Liberal inflationary spending, Madam Speaker. They know it all too well. They know it because they pay for it at the grocery store, where prices have gone up 50% faster than in the United States. They know it because far too many have been priced out of the housing market and are unable to pay their mortgage or afford rent. They see it in every news story that breaks of mismanaged money given to Liberal insiders and high-priced consultants. There is one taxpayer, and it's hard-working Canadians who are left to pay for all this government's failures. Canadians have kept up their end of the deal. Millions of taxpayer money given out to GC Strategies with little to no proof work was done. Millions of dollars spent on transforming office space with little results. Billions over budget to procure a fleet to arm our military with the tools they need to keep Canadians safe. I will reiterate my question, Madam Speaker, from last June. Why do Canadians who pay so much receive so little from this Liberal government?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to thank the member for her question. Let me begin by saying that this new government is fully committed to fairness, to openness, and to transparency in the management of public contracts in all their forms. We are well aware of the past issues that have been revealed regarding contracts awarded and payments made to GC Strategies and to its predecessor companies during previous investigations. The latest report noted that many contracts and payments violated applicable policy instruments and indicated that value for money was not achieved for those contracts, and that's completely unacceptable. Every government has the responsibility to spend taxpayer money with a clear commitment to good value, and this new government will continue that commitment. That commitment, Madam Speaker, is more important than ever as we embark, as the member mentioned, in a new series of national construction projects that will build our country and connect and transform our economy. That's why under this new government, the Minister for Public Works and Government Procurement also holds the title of Government Transformation. We are moving at a pace not seen in many years to deliver the major projects that will unlock Canada's full economic potential and that will strengthen the country. To build the kind of country that we need today, we must change the way that we deliver services to Canadians. And that means changing the way that we purchase goods and services so that we can do so more quickly and more efficiently. At the same time, we have to make sure that rules are followed. And Madam Speaker, after many investigations and reports on the development of ArriveCan, Public Services and Procurement Canada continues to implement measures to strengthen federal procurement, particularly when it comes to the acquisition of professional services. And this week, just this week, the Auditor General said at the Government Operations Committee that she was satisfied with the measures put in place. These measures, I'll remind you, include introducing several measures to strengthen the monitoring of public procurement, improving evaluation requirements to ensure that resources are adequately qualified for the position, requiring suppliers to be more transparent when it comes to their prices and to be more transparent about subcontractors in their employ. We've also committed to improving our own documentation practices when awarding contracts and authorizing tasks. And I would add that following a thorough assessment of GC strategies by the new Office of Supplier Integrity and Compliance, the company has been barred from entering into contracts or real estate agreements with the Government of Canada for 7 years. That's the strongest sanction available. And when it comes to recovering funds, whether it's fraud or overbilling, we will continue to work with police services. As stewards of public funds, we know that government spending must always meet the highest standards of accountability. That is our promise to Canadians, and Canadians deserve nothing less.
Merci. The honourable member for Carleton Tail Eagle Creek.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Auditor General appeared at committee just days ago to speak on her reports tabled this past June regarding this government's recent failures. In their efforts to reduce the size of federal lands and transform it into affordable housing, the Auditor General found that not only are they measuring their success by agreements signed with the promise of completion, but that the government isn't delivering on its own goal to provide affordable housing for those most in need. In the case of GC Strategies, federal departments were found to have frequently disregarded policies to ensure work was done and proper security clearances were issued. These aren't isolated incidents, and this isn't a new government. What we are going to get is more of the same. It's a pattern repeated over and over again, and offering to follow the rules next time isn't going to cut it. Thank you.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Well, Madam Speaker, our new government is committed to ensuring that federal procurement is conducted in an open, fair, and transparent manner, and we thank the Auditor General and her office for undertaking these important reviews and for her findings and recommendations. And I will remind the honourable member that the Auditor General told the Government Operations Committee just last week that she was satisfied with the measures put in place. The work that we're doing will allow us to continue to improve processes and find further ways to strengthen the integrity of public procurement. We know there's still a lot of work to be done, but I want to ensure this House that we are improving our procurement process so that the rules are followed and the process is properly documented every single time. It's more important than ever as we're acting to move our economy from dependence to resiliency and as we unlock Canada's economic potential.